life. I never miss that fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took a red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?
Terry, how is it supposed to feel, baby, on Derby week?
Feels really good. Yeah, feels great. Looking forward to it. So
yeah, it should be a fun week. I guess some breaking news. Un Ojo's out of the Derby.
Who?
Un Ojo, the one-eyed horse.
Oh, I didn't know that. What happened?
Oh, I don't know yet. I know Sean's trying to get the details on it. So as soon as we get some details, we'll let everybody know. But from what I've seen preliminarily, I don't know that to be 100% true, but I think it's 99.9. It's like Ivory Soap, 44% true.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out more details. And as soon as we have them, we'll share them with you. Absolutely, for sure, right?
Yeah, that's sad because that's a horse that really is a sentimental favorite for a lot of people. So
it's one that Donna Brothers mentioned would probably get highlighted during the NBC coverage, but during our the show we had last week with her on the Horse Center. So tonight on Horse Center, Terry, we might as well start there. If you're available this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, provided that there are no more scratches, we'll have one of the trainers live tonight, Terry, with one of the Kentucky Derby horses, Barber Road. John Ortiz will join the show to talk a little bit about his Kentucky Derby experience, his first one, what his chances are, how his horse is training, and what he sees on the track. And, of course, if you have any questions for John, make sure you join us at Horse Center tonight right here on Horse Racing Radar TV. If you haven't done so already, Terry, what should they do?
They should go and subscribe on
it's right on the bottom of the screen, Terry.
Yeah, I know. YouTube, and they should follow us on Twitter at Horse Race the number 2 day. Like us on Facebook, Horse Race the number 2 day, and Instagram at Horse Race the number 2 day. So
yes, well, that's not why we're here today. We're not here to talk about social sites. We're here to talk about Parx racing today, but to keep our saw sharp, so to speak, in the words of Stephen Covey, Terry and I will be back tomorrow and Wednesday to cover Churchill Downs. So we want to make sure that our handicapping skills are razor sharp as we head into the Derby. And maybe Thursday we'll go back to Belmont just to get a little break from the Louisville area. But for now, it's going to be Parx today, Churchill, and then probably Belmont on Thursday as we gear up for the Kentucky Derby. One final note, on Thursday, we are going to be doing a Derby Oaks double special. That's going to be what we're up to today. Any LinkedIn? Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. Sometimes I put stuff in there LinkedIn. Sometimes I don't. I'll start to put the things on LinkedIn. It's under my name. It's Rich Beaglemeyer. Maybe I should put that in there as well. All right. And I've seen you're in there with your sunglasses on there, Jordan. You're looking pretty Man in Black in your got that well, I don't want to say Will Smith look now that he's out, but you do got that Will Smith look, my man. That badass look. Do you have one of those magic wands that make me forget everything? Because after some weekends, I wish I had one of those. Not for you, Terry, right? You had a great weekend.
I had a wonderful weekend. It was wonderful. Yeah, great. Just loved the day. It was the best day I've had in a long time.
Well, it's always good to have one of those days, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can repeat that day today, Terry. What do you say? We're at Parx today. Race number 1 is 6 furlongs, maiden claiming $25,000 for a purse of $26,000. Maidens that are 3 years old and up. Pretty simple race conditions there, Terry. And 6 furlongs, we've been over this one a couple times. 117 races, 76 won by speed, 37 of which have gone wire to wire. There have been 7 winners from the rail, and unfortunately, I'm all too familiar with one of them because it killed my pick 4 last week. The only day of the week I did not hit a pick 4. So hopefully today that won't be the same. Otherwise, all the other post positions are balanced. Jerry, you're going to try to make it 8 with the one horse.
That's right, I am. So I like this number 1 horse, Enforcer. Showed a lot of early speed in his last race at Parx, racing at 6.5 furlongs, and now cuts back to 6 furlongs. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And a trainer that in the last 14 days has won two out of four races. Then I like number 4, the Great Kazoo. He ran second versus Tougher in the last race, drops in class today, and has a trainer who wins 19% of the time when bringing a horse back after being off 46 to 90 days. And he has a trainer jockey combination in the last 14 days who's won 3 out of 5. And then I like number 3 is my third pick, Night Legend. He has the highest last race speed rating, switches to a high percentage winning jockey, and he has a bullet workout on April 27th, 48 breathing, the best of 10. Also, it was the second workout in a row. And then I like number 5 is my fourth pick, the talented Mr. U. He finished third in his last race, and the shorter distance should help.
To answer your question, Charles, we're not going to be around on Friday because it's going to be one of those really busy days. So what we're going to do is we're going to have we're going to put together the team along with the collaboration over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet, a wagering guide. And we'll have more on that as the week comes out. But on Thursday, we're going to get together and talk about our Derby, Oaks Double in the evening. So you're going to want to catch that show. All the stuff that we're going to put in the wager guide is going to be some of the same things you see Terry and I do on Saturdays with the pace setup. Chris Parmalu is going to provide the querying points. It's really going to be a fantastic wager guide. Hopefully it includes some winners in there too, but we're going to try to fatten the wallets today instead, Terry, so we can build our bankroll, hopefully from now to Friday and Saturday. Number 3, Night Legend. This one is a maiden special weight dropper from $80,000. It's also dropping from Aqueduct. So it's a class drop. It's a track drop. You have 2 bullet works. And then you have Kendrick Carmouche riding this horse, winning at 30%. I was thinking about making this one of my best bets, but because of the early race, by the time we get done, sometimes that race is running. So I saved that for a little later. Number 4, the Great Gazoo. What cartoon was he in, Terry? I can remember the cartoon. I can see it off the top of my head, but I can't remember the name of the cartoon.
It's been like too many years since I watched those cartoons.
I know, me too. But the Great Gazoo was the favorite last time out and didn't hit. But trainer John Service does rebound at 32% the next time around the track with a beaten favorite. It's another horse that's moving down in class and has a history of finishing second at Parx. 6 races in 3 seconds, nothing else. So maybe the Great Gazoo, the drop in class, the rebound is the favorite, can get the job done. Your top pick, my third choice. Number 1, Enforcer, did run better fractions last time out, Terry, despite going from 6 to 6.5 furlongs. So extended and still ran faster. I love that combination. Does have the top Parx numbers in here, but unfortunately gets that penalty rail. Maybe it'll be the second time in a row I regret not putting the one higher. And then finally, number 5, the talented Mr. U. This one gets a weight break. Also ran better fractions at 6.5 furlongs than it did at 6 furlongs. And I think this one could be one that stands to be better in its second start coming out of the barn.
Yeah, and I see Jordan says it's Flintstones.
The Flintstones, yes. The Great Gazoo.
Yep.
So what are you? You're Fred, right? Or are you Barney? And I'm Fred. I don't know.
I think I'm Barney.
You're Barney. It's better. Well, I'll leave that. I probably would prefer to be Dino, the dog. All right. Race number 2 is 7 furlongs. It's claiming $7,500 for 3 years old or 4 years old and up, which have never won 2 races. Just why wouldn't they say 3 years old or up? I don't know why sometimes they do these sorts of things. 7 furlongs. I guess they just need to use the ink, right? They got that ink budget they got to use. Yep. 7 furlongs, 81 races, 55 were won by speed, 20 of which went wire to wire, Terry. If you look at the post positions, it's fair from 1 through 7. There is a slight penalty if you wear the pink 8 and up. I don't think that's the case here today. So you're going to start with 50 Shades of Gray, just like me.
That's right. I like the number 4. He ran 6th after being bumped at the start, lost all chance, really. And the trainer in the last 14 days has won 2 out of 4 races. And then I like number 3 as my second pick, McLean's Legacy. He finished 4th in his last race, only missing by a length, and received the highest last race speed rating. He actually tied with another horse. He has a jockey in the last 7 days, has won 4 out of 16 races, a second and 2/3. And I like as my third pick, number 1, Richie Goes Global.
Should be your first pick, Terry. I mean,
it should be. Comes in from Penn National and is a closer who may have a good setup with the speed in this race. And then number 7, Field Officer. He has competed at Parx Racing, done okay in the past, and the shorter distance should help.
Like you, I'm starting with 50 Shades of Gray. This one's the second time off a claim from trainer Michael Pino. I did miss as the favorite in the last two races, so that's a bit concerning for me. But Michael Pino hits at a pretty decent rate off the claim. Number 3, McLean's Legacy. This horse showed better numbers across the board last time out. It tied for the top last race speed figure, I think, with another horse who scratched out of this spot. So actually stands alone now with the top last race speed figure. His resume says that he will be either a little bit better or just as good as he was last time out, which was his first after a layoff. So if he ran the top last race speed figure, doesn't need to improve much to get the job done here, if at all. As I mentioned, Richie Goes Global should be the first pick, Terry, just based upon name alone. But not the biggest fan of the record, 19 races at Parx with 1 win, 2 seconds, and 3/3. And also not the biggest fan of horses coming from Penn, although the horse does have history at Parx. And then number 5, gotta love this name, Hot Cha-Cha, whatever. Looking at this horse compared to the other 2 that are left, it's the only other 3. Well, the three that I had to choose from, the 5, the 6, or the 7. The 5 horse is the only one of those 3 that last time out showed some improvement relative to its previous race. Now we move off to race number 3. If my mouse wants to cooperate, we'll move a little bit faster. Okay. Race number 3 is 6 furlongs, maiden claiming $25,000, purse of 26 for maidens, fillies that are 3 years old. And this is my best bet because I just love doing maiden claiming best bets, Terry. As I mentioned, speed works at 6 furlongs. You don't want the rail. But the 4 horse in here, Terry, is Imagism. This one is a Tom Carley drop. So last time out, ran for maiden special weight. Trainer Daniel Velasquez is a winner of 6 of 14 when he takes him from maiden special weight to maiden claiming. He's won 4 out of 10 first time maiden claiming and has the top last race speed figure. You like the 4 too?
I do. I actually do. Yeah, I like the 4 because she's finished 3rd in her last race, received the highest last race speed rating, has a trainer who wins 42% of the time when taking a horse from maiden to maiden claiming races. And then I like number 6, Snappy Ride, as my second choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer and may improve with Lasix added today. And number 1 is my third choice, One That Got Away. She is a first-time starter. The dam has 3 winners from 3 starters, and 2 of those were stakes winners. And she has some decent workouts. And then I like is my 4th pick, number 2, Decisive Cause. She finished 4th in her last race, missing by only a length and 3/4, and at 5.5 furlongs. Now she's a closer, so now going to 6 furlongs should help her, and she may improve with blinkers being added today.
Well, I tell you why I like the 4. Imaginism. Number 5, horse you don't have. I don't have your 6, so a little bit of difference between you and me today. Bella Maria. To me, you couldn't look past trainer Ernesto Padilla's record of winning 4 out of 9 with first-time starters, and the works here are pretty good. So he doesn't bring many first-time starters out to the track, but when he does, they find their way to the winner's circle. Your number 1, I like this one as well. The One That Got Away. I don't think it's going to get away today, Terry, because this one has the Eddie C angle. Mm-hmm. It was a bullet workout 2 ago, and then a maintenance afterwards, and then goes to the track. I just can't take the rail, despite the as I mentioned, the rail busting up a pick 4 for me last week. This one's not a cheap horse either. It costs $78,000. And then number 3, Lovely Melara. This one comes in from Turfway Park. First off, the claim for trainer Stephen Krebs was a tough call for me over the year 2 and the 6, but I'll take the best jockey of the 3 in this spot. Race number 4, Terry, is a 6 furlong race claiming $5,000. Fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have not won 2 races since November 2nd. And these fillies and mares, Terry, will be competing for your Box It Up, which was the reason why we are a little bit late today, because Rich forgot to put the Box It Up together. But here it is.
That's right. And I like this Box It Up. The number 7, Fast Intentions. You know, she finished last in her last race, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. But she drops in class and gets a jockey.
She blew a tire, Terry.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, gets a jockey change and drops in class. Was claimed last race, and the trainer wins 32% of the time after claiming a horse in their next race. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance and can improve at the shorter distance. Then number 2, Wishes and Dreams. She ran second versus similar in her last race and has the highest speed figure at today's distance. The jockey in the last 7 days has won 4 out of 16 races, and she may improve because blinkers are being added today. Then I like number 6 as my third pick, Sensational Dixie. She has been improving in each race. Speed ratings increased every race in the last 4 races, and she has the highest last race speed rating and drops in class today. And then number 8, my fourth pick, Salsa Rita. She has early speed, a high percentage winning trainer, and drops in class today.
Mm-hmm. So I like in this spot, Terry, where you're boxed up, which is a $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, 10-cent superfecta box. That number 7, Fast Intentions. First off, the claim for trainer Jamie Ness. This horse, when you look at Jamie, is dropping 2 classes. So Jamie, when he claims a horse, he wins 32%. First off, 33% off the claim and off the drop, and then 32% when he drops two weight classes. So pretty strong numbers right there. The horse does get a weight break with some early pace as well. So I do like that. Number 1, Luscious Lola. I think you had this one last time at Parx, Terry. It did you well. And
I think so.
You skipped over it this time, but last time when you had it, it did run much faster fractions at 6.5 furlongs compared to 6 furlongs in the previous race. My only concern again here is the rail at the distance, 6 furlongs. Number 6, Sensational Dixie did run the top last race speed figure and today takes a drop in class. I like that combination. The last race was better than it looks. The 4 furlong and 6 furlong fractions were about 1 second faster. And then if you look at the, and that was at 7 furlongs versus 6.5 furlongs. And then you have 4 consecutive speed figure increases. And then finally, number 2, Wishes and Dreams at Parx, 11 times with 2 wins, a second and 3/3. At the distance, 11 times, 3 wins and 4/3. Did run slightly better numbers for the first half mile of her last race. So maybe she'll see that improve in this spot, Terry. We're hoping anyway, right?
Yep.
So before we go too far, Terry, today your best bet is at Finger Lakes, and they probably going to start pretty soon, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, and you're in race 2, so we don't have a whole big window here to take a look at this. So tell us what you like. But first of all, how did your best bet do yesterday or over the weekend?
Okay. Well, on the weekend on Saturday, my best bet did not win, but my second best bet did. My second choice.
Your second pick, yeah.
Yeah, and paid $47.80 and $16.60 and $8.20, and then my third pick ran third, paid $5.60. Then yesterday, my first pick ran third, paid $5, or second paid $5 to place in $3.20 to show him. My third pick won the race, paid $9.60, $4.80, and $3.60. So anyway, today, Finger Lakes second race, I like number 2, Dream Bigger. He comes in from Aqueduct after winning his last race, and he has the highest last race speed rating, his best dirt speed, his fastest among today's starters. He has a good 4 furlong workout, 25th of April, 48.2 breezing, second best at 24. Now, he's listed at, I think it's 7-2, but I don't think you're going to get 7-2. And then I like number 3, Ladies Golden Guy. He won 3 out of his last 6 races, finished second in the other 3 races. He has a lot of early speed and could go all the way if he's not pressed. And then I like number 5, Winston's Chance. He's a closer who has closed to win 2 out of the last 4 races, and he has 2 bullet workouts in a row.
So hopefully Terry will continue his strong streak on the best bets there. Charles, good morning. Thanks. Welcome to the show. Today, he's going to start the pick 3 in race number 1 with the 1, the 3, the 5. The 1, the 3, and the 4, and he's going to solo the 1 in race number 3. He says, expect speed on the rail to hold up early in the day. So let's keep an eye on that as you watch the races. Obviously, you want to see how the track plays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Race number 5, Terry, is our next spot, I think, if I haven't lost track. This one is 1 1/8 miles, claiming $7,500. for horses which have never won 2 races. So that makes it pretty simple race conditions there. They don't run many at 1 1/8. They've only run 3 of them so far, which, considering how many races they run at Parx, that's a small amount. 2 of the 3 winners came from off the pace. 1 that didn't come off the pace went wire to wire. You had 2 winners from post 4 through 7, and 1 of the winners was from 8 or up. Terry, you're going to start off with breakfast.
That's right. Number 2, French Toast. He has the highest last race speed rating, drops in class today. His best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Trainer wins 25% of the time when bringing a horse back for the second race after a layoff. Then number 6, Mr. Tuttle. He switches to a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Returning to a route should help him. And the trainer in the last 7 days have won 50% of his starts. Then I like number 3, Beach Bandit. He won a race at Parx Racing, went up in class and disappointed in that race, and now he comes right back down to try to win again. And then I like number 5, Jack's American Pie. He finished 4th after coming into the stretch wide and now drops in class today.
Funny story about apple pie. My grandmother, God bless her soul, she had dementia and Alzheimer's, right? So sometimes you have some awful moments with folks who have dementia and Alzheimer's, but sometimes you just have some endearing moments that are just beyond funny. And then because they're so sincere in what they have to say. So I made some apple pie, and it was good. It tasted well that day. It tasted very good. And my grandmother loved it. And then she started arguing me over me. You stole my recipe. You stole my recipe. It was really pretty funny. But anyway, I'm going to start off with French Toast to Terry. This one was the chalk last time out and failed to deliver, but trainer Juan Guerrero does rebound at almost a third of the time. This horse is making a $300,000 horse that's dropping in class here off of the top last race speed figure. So a lot of positives here. Mr. Tuttle, this is the first off the claim for trainer Michael Pino, who wins at 20% off the claim. Again, the Eddie C angle, a bullet workout 2 back, followed up by a maintenance workout. Then to the track. I think my jockey for the day, I'm one of 6 people left in the jockey contest. It's my jockey. I think Ruben Silvera is on this one as well. Hopefully he pulls off the win so I can go forward one more day.
I hope so. I got knocked out.
Yeah, you and a lot of people, right? Yesterday was Stuart Elliott that just crushed everybody.
Yeah.
I think like half of the field had him. He had 9 starts, and I think a third of them were on the favorites. But anyway, Number 4, Peter G. Fox. I'm probably crazy like a fox here, but the horse did run better fractions at 1 mile and 70 yards than it did at 6 furlongs. So that's quite a additional distance and still run that fast. The jockey Adam Bowman in routes has a positive ROI of $2.42. So looking for a little bit of a price here, Terry. And then finally, number 1, Gray's Elite, this jockey trainer combination of Luis Ocasio and Louis Linder Jr. They have a positive ROI of $3.06 together. This is another one that missed as the favorite. And then when the next time around the track for Louis Linder, those horses win at about 22%. Not a bad number there at all.
No.
Race number 6, back to 6 furlongs. Terry claiming $12,500 for 3 years old or 4 years old and up, which have never won 2 races. This is another one of those battles of the best bet versus the long shot. Terry, first tell us why you have the best bet here, and then let me go and tell us why we have the long shot here.
All right. Well, I like number 6 as my best bet. Where's the Passion? He won his last race at Parx Racing easily. The trainer in the last 14 days has a record of 5 starts, 2 wins, and a third. The trainer wins 26% of the time when bringing a horse back who's been off for 40 to 90 days.
All right, so that's your best bet. I'm going to go with Frank and Ducky because I love the name. Terry is my top choice. Last time out, missed by just this much.
Yep.
And that was his. So this is going to be the 3rd race after a layoff. And if you look back at the horse's most recent 3-race cycle, it showed some significant improvement in that 3rd race off the layoff. So I'm hoping the cycle repeats itself and that Frank and Ducky can make up that much today and beat your best bet for my long shot of the day. If not, Terry, what do you like behind Where's the Passion?
Well, I like number 4, One Niner Tango. He won his last race at Parx Racing, earning the highest last speed rating, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like number 3 as my third pick, Yankee Joe. He has a high percentage winning trainer and may improve at the shorter distance. And then my 4th pick is number 2, Instant Chaos. He has a jockey change who in the last 7 days has a record of 16 starts, 4 wins, a second, and 2/3.
Well, behind my long shot, I like 1-9er Tango as my second choice. I'm not the biggest fan of horses coming off the maiden claim win, then moving up, but it did so with the top last race speed figure. So that's the one exception for me. And then when I look at the numbers, they were better across the board last time out than in the debut. So perhaps 1-9er Tango can break that maiden claiming jump. Number 6, Where's the Passion? Again, same maiden claiming concern here. This one gets a weight break and has some success at Parx. 5 races, a win, a second, and a third. And then I'm blaming you, Terry, which is kind of the motto around this house when everybody blames me. That's the name of the horse should be. This one does have the real concern, of course, at 6 furlongs, but it's a $100,000 horse that's clearly been facing better. You have a jockey trainer, a combination of Jerry Laprida and Ralph Rivizeo. Well, I hope I got that right. They've been in the money 6. I know I screwed it up completely, but they've been in the money 6 out of 8 times together, Terry, with a wow ROI of $9.15.
Well, that's really, really good. Yeah, your long shot's actually my first alternate. So
yeah, excuses for not having him first.
That's right.
All right, so not only does race number 6 turn out to be a battle of the long shot versus the best bet, which I won last time out, by the way. Today, it also marks the end of the hot dog pick 4, I believe. There it is. Yep. So Terry and I both won $18, a little bit under budget, but we kind of see the races a little bit differently. Terry thinks you need a little bit more coverage on the odd number races, and I feel like I need a little bit more coverage on the even number races. That's and then a couple of them we agree, but there's some disagreement here, Terry. So there are ways for you and I to both win. So we need the 4, the 7, the 2 or the 6, and then the 4 or the 6, and we can both come home with a hot dog.
That's right.
Would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's press on. Race number 7 is 6.5 furlongs, Terry, claiming $15,000. 3 years old and up, which have not won a race since February the 2nd, so not that long ago. Claiming races for $12,500 or less, not considered, or which have never won 4 races. So some interesting stuff there. What do you like in the beginning of the Philly 5?
Well, number 6, Breezy Gust. He put in a clunker last race, but now he drops in class. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. And the trainer wins 22% of the time when bringing a horse back from a 46 to 90-day break. Yeah, I like number 3 as my second pick, Jump Shot. He ran in a nice second in his last race at Parx Racing and switches to a high percentage winning trainer who wins 27% of the time the first race after claiming a horse. Then number 7, I like as my third pick, Otis. He has finished in the money in 4 out of the last 5 races, winning the last one at Parx Racing. He has the highest last race speed rating, and the jockey in the last 17 days has won 4 out of 16. 7 days, won 4 out of 16 races. And then I like number 1 as my 4th pick, Cadence Courage. He finished 3rd versus similar in last race, and the rail post is winning at a 27% clip.
So 6, Breezy Gust, your top choice, Terry. Mine as well. This horse has been off since March the 7th, but does have 12 furlongs of fairly fast workout since. It is one that does like to run at Parx 12 times at the Philadelphia track, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 2/3. And the record coming off a layoff is okay. I mean, not spectacular. Number 1, Cadence Courage does get a 7-pound weight break versus all but one other horse in here. Last time out, the horse showed much improvement in the second half of the race. And this time around at 6.5 furlongs, the rail wins at a pretty high percent. I think around like 26, 27%. It's funny because at 5.5 furlongs, the rail wins. 6 furlongs, the rail doesn't win. 6.5 furlongs, the rail wins at a high rate. Something weird going on at 6 furlongs. Number 3, Jump Shot, something I used to have, but I don't have anymore. This horse is making its first start off the claim, as you mentioned, for trainer Halim Lee. It's a high win rate. He's won 5 of the only 18 times he's done this so far in 2022. Last time out, this horse did have a better 7 furlong time than its previous race by about a second. So showing some improvement, moving up that scale. And then at the distance, a big fan, 6 races, 1 win, 2 seconds, and 2/3. Number 7, Otis. Otis did win the last race with the top last race speed figure, going wire to wire with much improved pace numbers, whether it be 2 furlongs, 4 furlongs, or in the stretch. Race number 8, Terry, as we move forward, is a 6.5 furlong race as well. This one's claiming $15,000 for 3 years old and up, which have not won a race since February the 2nd. I think, did I just read the same ones? Is it the same exact things?
I don't know.
Or did I put the wrong conditions out in the last race?
Yeah,
no, the same exact conditions.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, for a minute there, I felt like I was what was it, Jim Carrey in Groundhog Day? Oh, Bill Murray, right? Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Yeah.
Yes, I felt like Bill Murray for a second there in Groundhog Day. Well, forget the conditions. Give us your picks.
Number 6 is my first pick. Get the W. He has finished in the money in 5 out of the last 6 races at Parx Racing, and he won the last 2. His winning last 2, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and the trainer wins 27% of the time with the first race back after claiming a horse. Then I like number 5, Excursion. My second pick, he finished 4th in his last race at Parx Racing, switches to a high percentage winning trainer, who in the last 14 days have won 2 out of 4 starts, switches to high percentage winning jockey, has a bullet workout on April 27th at 48 breezing, best of 24. Then I like number 1, Teal Will. The Real Post is winning at a 27% clip. He has a high percentage winning trainer and a good workout on April 27th, 48-1 breezing, 4th best of 24. And then I like number 3 as my 4th pick, Mock Trial. He is a closer who has the highest last speed rating.
All right. Charles says we might rewind back to race number 6. His long shot of the day is the number 1 horse, right?
Yep.
Yes, the 1 horse. When it was on the rail on a wet track, ran second, fits the track profile for today. So let's hope for that for his and 1 horse. I have him in there in race number 6. Terry does not. I don't have him ranked up the top, but again, that's a race with a bunch of shots in there. So maybe one that you might consider as an alternative, box it up. So I do like the 1 horse, however, in race number 8, right? That's where we are now.
Yes, it is.
T.O. Will does get that high win rate rail, as you mentioned, Terry. Has 2 really okay workouts after being claimed. Number 5, Excursion, is the first off the claim for trainer Michael Pino. We've covered that a couple of times here, winning at 20%. 2 good works since the claim, including a bullet workout on April the 27th. And then Get the W. That's what we're all knit for today. You're hoping Get the W gets the W, Terry. This is another Harlem Lee claimer that he's won 5 of 18, as I mentioned last race out. This one's always well bet, so I expect that you'll see it attract some money again today, and usually one that gets into the mix late. And we both agree that 3 horses, the 4th pick, Mock Trial, did run better fractions last time out at 6.5 furlongs compared to 6 furlongs in the previous race. And particularly, most of that improvement came in the first half mile of its last race. Race number 9, I hope they don't confuse me here, Terry. 6.5 furlongs. That looks to me like it's the same thing. All right. So, all right. This one's my box it up, Terry. So a lot of the same conditions today, it looks like, are mostly the same.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this race as a one where you got a lot of prices, perhaps. And if I can catch the exacta, the trifecta, or even the superfecta, it'd make for a good payout. So again, $1 exacta Parx, 50-cent try, 10-cent superfecta. In race number 9, I like the number 3, Wild Caramello. This one has the top Parx numbers by a pretty decent margin. Gets a 7-pound weight break versus many in here with some early speed, perhaps the best early speed. 22 furlongs of workouts since March the 1st. This one, the number 4 horse, Can't Stop This Man. Terry, that's you. In the money at Parx. Run 9 times, 3 wins, 3 seconds, 2/3. And if you look at the last 9 races, 8 of them I would consider high quality. Number 7, Noble Commander, has some of the best back class in here. It did blow a tire, as I say, on March the 15th on the Ides of March. Maybe they should have beware the Ides of March there. Has 1 decent workout, and it's the other horse in here to carry a little less weight. This one, to me, was kind of maybe in, maybe out because of the last race, the lack of work. But the back class said you got to figure it's going to show up somewhere in here. And then number 8, Town Jack, switches to top jockey Frankie Pennington. Did run the top last race. Speed figure claimed the first time for trainer Ronald Dandy, and did run better fractions and better pace numbers across the board. In fact, I might even flip the 8 and the 7 in that spot. They're really close to me. So that's my box it up, Terry. What do you like in race number 9?
Well, I like number 4 as my top pick. Can't Stop This Man. He has finished in the money in 8 out of the last 9 races, and he won 3 of those at Parx Racing. The trainer wins 22% of the time when bringing a horse back after he's won a race. And then number 7 is my second choice, Noble Commander. He has finished in the money in 2 out of 3 races at Parx Racing. He has a high percentage winning trainer and a good workout on April 26th. Then number 8, Town Jack is my third pick. He finished second in his last race, only losing by a neck. He has the highest last race speed rating and switches to a high percentage winning jockey, who in the last 7 days has had 7 wins out of 13 starts. And then I like number 1, Irish Riviera. He comes in from Laurel to compete at Parx Racing, where he's done well in the past. And the rail post is winning at a 27% clip. He has a high percentage winning trainer. And my alternate is your best bet of the day. Well,
I don't have the best bet in this race. So,
I'm sorry, your
top pick.
Yeah.
All right, race number 10, Terry, as we wind down the opening Monday of the Kentucky Derby week. This one is 6 furlongs, thankfully, a little bit different in terms of the conditions, not confusing the heck out of me. Optional claiming $40,000 with a purse of $42,000. Fillies and mares 3 years old and up, which have never won 2 races, or claiming price $40,000 and which have never won 2 races. All right, there we go. 6 furlongs, as we talked about, need early speed, kind of want to avoid the rail. And Terry's living dangerously today because this is the second time in a 6 furlong race that he's taken the rail horse, which don't win very often.
That's right.
6 furlongs. So Terry's just wild and crazy today.
Well, I think the mold's going to be broken today. But anyway,
number 1. Better be, or you're going to be broken.
Yeah. Number 1 is my top pick, Wild Delight. She ran 3rd in her last race and has a good workout on April 26, 48 and changed to second best out of 20. And then number 9, and it's hard for me to pronounce this name. I think it's Eichner. Anyway,
this is the race with all the scratches in it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There were a lot of my top horses were scratched. So, Yeah, she ran 3rd in her last race, which is to a high percentage winning trainer who in the last 14 days has won 2 out of 5 races. She should improve while returning to dirt, as her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Then number 7, On the Harvest Moon. She ran second versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing and has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like number 4 as my 4th pick, Paper Mansion. She won her last race at Parx Racing and has a trainer jockey combination who's won 3 out of 5 races in the last 14 days.
All right. So race number 10, my selections look like this, Terry. I'm going to go on On This Harvest Moon. The horse has been competitive, very competitive against much tougher. Has a couple of good workouts since its last race, and that Parx has run 5 times to win a second and a third. The 6 horse, you and I completely disagree on the front of this race, but ET's Moon Maiden, this is another one that's been up against better quality. Last race was better than it looks on paper with better running times. Number 1, Wild Delight, your top choice, Terry. Jockey trainer combination of Jose Gomez and Robert Reed Jr. They've been in the money 5 out of 6 with the positive ROI of 47 cents. This is one that could step forward and probably concerns me the most of these 4 or 5 horses in this field to beat my top 2 choices, but I still not a big fan of the rail. Number 1, as I mentioned, number 4, Paper Mansion. It was a tough call over your number 9 horse for me, but does have a strong work since breaking the maiden, and he gets Frankie Pennington back. Last time out, the horse showed some major improvement the first time Frankie got on board, so it's good to see that Frankie gets on board again. Charles, looking back in race number 9, he says he really likes the 1 horse too. Might be tough coming on late in pace projections. If the rail is still good, he might just get there and get it done. Not sure what you mean, Sean, so if you can elaborate on that, we can talk about that as well. Finally, Race number 11, Terry, is 7 Furlong, claiming $7,500 for 3 years old and up, which have never won 4 races. It is your long shot, number 6. Oddly, it's my top pick too.
Yeah, that's kind of odd, isn't it?
Well, it was actually going to be my long shot, but once again, you're in my computer stealing my stuff, so I had to adjust on the fly, my friend, because I'm versatile like that. I'm your favorite angle, Terry. I can win from the front, the middle, or the back.
Yeah, that's correct.
You're a front runner, baby, so I just got to leave you out front. Otherwise, I doom your chances.
Yeah. Well, when I first met you, you surprised me, but you don't surprise me anymore. You're just exactly that. Anyway, number 6, S-Man is my top pick. He has finished in the money 6 out of 7
What do you
races.
think the S stands for, by the way?
I don't know.
You think it means Superman or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
We'll
Superman.
go with it. We'll go with the positive. We'll be positive on Derby week.
Anyway, this horse has won 3 out of 3 at Parx Racing, and he has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 100% of the races when he drops a horse off of a win.
I see he's 1 for 1.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
He went number 3, Carl Fitzroy. He won a race and then finished 3rd versus similar. He does well at Parx Racing and can handle the distance. And then number 2, Nimble Beast. He's finished 4th after coming extremely wide into the stretch, earning the highest last speed rating and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And then my last pick, number 1, is my 4th choice, Lucky Hero. He likes to track the distance and has a high percentage winning trainer and the highest speed finger at today's distance.
Quick recap: 7 furlongs, 81 races, 55 won by speed horses, 20 of which went wire to wire. You do have a fair post positions 1 through 7, slight penalty if you were 8 and above. The S-Man is was going to be my long shot, but at Parx ran there 9 times, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. Had much better pace numbers last time out across the board. Maintenance work since then, and winner of 3 of its last 4 races. Kind of surprising to me that it was a 6-1 morning line, something like that, Terry.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Nimble Beast. How would you want any other beast to be? Just like slow and lumbering? You wouldn't be a beast if you were that much of a target. But anyway,
true.
Did have the top last race speed figure. And interestingly, Paco Lopez is riding this horse. He was supposed to ride another horse that got scratched coming up from Gulfstream Park. So this is Paco's only ride for the day after coming up from Miami. Kind of curious to me because he's also got 2 mounts tomorrow. I wonder which mount that he came up here for. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it would have been the Gulfstream Park race horse that got scratched a little bit earlier. But it looks like he's got another one of those tomorrow. Number 10 is Golden Line of. I'm going to take a shot on this one, Terry. 3 consecutive speed figure increases, a little better in the first half mile of his last race. Probably going to be a big price. And then finally, number 9, jockey upgrade to Ruben Silveira. I hope he's won a race by the time he gets here so I can continue to advance in our jockey survivor contest. This horse is one that could be better in the classic 3rd start off, a layoff, the first handicapping angle everybody learns, Terry. But the one that they don't learn is pay attention to the fractions. And last time out, they were better. And that wraps up our card for today. Paco's 1 mount today. Yeah, he had another one. He had another one, though, earlier in the day that got scratched at Gulfstream Park, and I'm pretty sure it was a 3-horse in one of those races. I would guess that that's the one that he was coming to ride and just picked up another one along the way. So additionally to ending the to the card there, Terry, it also is the end of the Philly 5, which I know Charles always wants us to hook up the Philly 5, Terry. So you're going a little bit, you're putting it all out there, Terry, on that first race, my man.
I am. So anyway, I like the 6 in that first race. Then I take it by 4, by 2, by 4, by 6 because I think that.
And you tried to cheat me out of $6 there, Terry, with your email today. 90.
Oh, that's right. It is only 90.
It's 96.
Oh, it's 96. I said 90, huh?
Yes.
I'm always trying to do that to you. So.
Yeah, sure. You're always trying to steal a few bucks from me, Terry. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm 96. I went a little bit different. I didn't have the courage to single any horse in any race here. So I'm going to go 4 by 2 by 4 by 2 by 3. Fingers crossed that we can bring that one home. And then on the prime rib pick 4, Terry didn't change his pick 4 from his pick 5. So If I went 4x4x2x6, again, $96. Terry went 4x2x4x6 as well. We both kind of figured the race is going to be wide open in that back end. We just kind of altered which one we have the 2 horses in. Right?
That's right. The
Where
only one
can
I
I
don't
watch
have that
live
you have
Parx
is the
racing?
10.
So you can watch live Parx racing. Probably there's a something called Horse Racing TV or HRTV, Terry. I think you can subscribe to that.
You can.
Don't, and I don't think you need to open an account to do that, right? It's just the races.
Yeah, it's just the races.
So you don't need to have like if you're in another jurisdiction that doesn't allow horse racing, gambling on horse racing.
Yeah,
you can, I think, probably subscribe to HRTV.
You can.
Sometimes too, if like you go directly to the site, like Parx.com, you'll find a link there where they do show the live racing. They stream it while it's going on the, some tracks do, some tracks don't. So you might want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Nice ticket structure, Terry. Get single home, you'll hit. Getting that single home though is going to be that
can be tough.
Yes, indeed. Speaking of which, this is something every now and then we should talk about as a little bit of a handicapping tip. When you do these vertical bets, and we've talked about this before, where you're picking a double or a pick 3 or pick 4, pick 5, pick 6, along with the ticket that you do where you have depth. So maybe you go like we did 3x2x4, whatever your structure is. Take your best pick for every race and just add it for $1 or 50 cents, whatever the minimum amount that the track or the betting platform you use will allow you to do. Because if your first pick comes home in every single race, it won't happen that often, but when it does happen, it will double your payout for only $1 or 50 cents more.
Right. It's a good thing. I started doing that ever since you suggested it. So
have you hit any like that or no?
I hit one. Yeah. I only paid like, I don't know, $30, but that's okay.
Man.
For $1, $30 is pretty good.
Where can you do that? Certainly, it'll take you a lifetime to take $1 and turn it into $30 at the bank nowadays. Yeah. So with inflation going the way it's going, it won't be long before that changes, right?
Yeah.
So one horse, race 1, not getting a love at all. Are they about to start there, Terry?
Yeah, they're about 6 minutes away.
All right, fantastic. Well, between here and those 6 minutes, do us a huge favor. Head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Click on HRT Gear. Pick up a nice, beautiful shirt. Today I have on the number 3, looking dapper in blue. Terry is always looking great in green. This is one of the few ways you can help the show again today, and you're going to look great at the track as well. Terry, you had on. Now tell them, you were at Golden Gate Fields. Did you have the number 1 hat on?
I did, yeah, and that's how I got to meet that group of about 30 people. They asked me what does the number 1 mean, and they were all novice, but none of them have been to the track. Most of them hadn't. So I was able to tell them, and they had a great time. They were just having fun. I make what's called the haymaker. I've been doing that for a long time for my family and friends. So I give them one of those because they had no idea what to do or how to bet or anything. And they just took my first 2 picks on every race and bet them. And my first 2 picks on every race won, I think, 7 out of the 10 or something like that, or 7 out of the 12 races, quite a bit. And I actually had one that paid $45, and I had another one that paid $19. And they were, they had a lot of money, I guess, because they were betting lots of money on there. So it was fun. They were yelling and cheering and trying to buy me drinks and all kinds of stuff. So it was a great time.
So the number 1 hat, look what it did for them. Look what it did for Terry. Head on over to horseracingtoday.net, click on that HRT gear stuff, and go ahead and hook yourself up. So when you go to the track, you can have a lucky day too, right, Terry?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So just to recap tonight, Sean and I will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern on Horse Center with trainer John Ortiz, trainer of Barber Road, who will be running in the Kentucky Derby. Where else are you going to get access this week to a trainer who actually has a horse running? Or if you have a question, you can put it in the comments section and we'll make sure we ask him. I can't think of any other show where that's going to be the case.
No.
Thursday, Terry, myself, Tom, and Sean, and maybe a couple of other guests will get together. We'll put out our Kentucky Derby, Kentucky Oaks Daily Double. We'll walk through all the horses and see what we like, what we don't like, and we'll put together a ticket, see what we can come up with. Tomorrow, Terry and I, as I mentioned, and Wednesday, to sharpen the saw, we'll be working on our picks. Will be at Churchill Downs for the 12 o'clock show like today. And then, of course, if you like what you saw, I want to say thank you to Eric Verboken and Rob Burrows for the thumbs up on or the like on Facebook. If you agree with them, and Steve Goodrich too. If you agree with them, please give us a thumbs up on Facebook. Subscribe to our social sites, Horse Race Today, at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And while you're here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the better ratioed we are, the higher up the search algorithms we go, right?
That's right.
Draw is today. Yes, that's something. Thanks for bringing that up, Charles. The draw is today for both, so you can get an extra day of handicapping. We will be working on diligently over the next 72 hours our horse racing wagering guide for the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks, of all of our insights and thoughts for all of the big stakes races Friday and Saturday. All right, Terry, that wraps up this Monday. I feel like I forgot something, but if I did, it couldn't have been that important to begin with.
Free picks.
Free picks. Oh, yes. Thank you.
On guaranteed tip sheet.
Well, that is important today, right? The free picks today, Terry, are at Finger Lakes, where you have your best bet today.
That's right.
So go on over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description on Facebook and on Twitter. Please use that one or head over to horseracingtoday.net. Click on one of the links to Guaranteed Tip Sheet there. That way they know that where the traffic's coming from. And today in the first race, Stoneheart 3-2. No big deal. Jacqueline Davis looks like it should be the one to bring the winner circle home today, Terry. Okay. All right. Any final thoughts before we get out of here this Monday?
Just that I hope everybody has a really good Derby week, and I'm looking forward to the Derby. And give your loved ones a hug and tell them how you feel about them, especially if you love them.
Yeah, if you don't, I got bad feelings. Stick to the if you got nothing good to say motto.
That's right. Just have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you. I'll see you another time.
See you tomorrow, absolutely, for sure. We hope that everybody has a fantastic Monday at Parx, Finger Lakes, wherever it is you're placing your bets today. Of course, we hope that your day, your life, and everything that you do ends up in our friend Jay Marco's
winner's circle.
Absolutely. Have a great Monday. We'll see you tonight.